So we are in
New York City.
And therefore we bought this at
FAO Schwartz. Schwartz?
Schwartz. What did we buy?
You're about to see. Okay.
All this.
Okay. So, this is
The Transformers Last Knight Optimus Prime 3A figure.
So we are about to unwrap this for the first time. It comes in a really nice box.
Oh, it looks like this is protected too.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull that out.
Oh. And then this is Velcro here. So you can close that again. So let's look at this for a second. So that's pretty cool. It's got retail version, so you can peel this off. You'll have that nice inside. I'm just going to leave that for protection. And then here's the instruction manual.
That is incredible.
That is looking pretty incredible, so we don't know yet.
Okay. Well, even the styrofoam molding is pretty well done, I'd say. And it looks like the panel opens up here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and slide that off. Oh, okay.
Sweet.
So these are his accessories, huh?
Look at this.
Oh yeah.
This is pretty cool. So it looks like it has all the engravings.
Oh yeah. The alien.
It's like the size of a regular knife for a human being.
I guess it's in the Cybertron language, which is the symbols that are on the cube for the Allspark. That's pretty cool.
Alright, so let's see what we got here.
Oh, there he is.
It's the actual figure.
It's pretty carefully wrapped.
Yeah, some pretty big details.
And you can tell it's from the Last Knight because it has the two-tone after what's her face?
I don't even know. The movie was terrible. So,
Oh man.
oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's pretty detailed. Look at his backside.
Look at all that weathering.
And you can actually see all the markings in the
Cybertron. Holy crap, look at that. Look at that too. It's very delicate.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's supposed to be released March 27th. Look at all this extra articulation here. Shoulder pads seem to move. You got... Ooh. Try not to kill the paint on here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, there's even detailing inside the arm joint. Look.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Look at that. Inside here. And then, look at that. This paneling, and then this pops out a little bit. You can see all the details in here. Let's see the rest of this. So the face is pretty good. Up and down and left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Generally the eyes are supposed to light up too. I think we have to install the batteries to do that. I think the batteries are over here.
Okay, so since we unpacked, now
Yeah.
chapter 2 we will move and try to do a little bit of more detailed review.
Sounds good.
Okay. Bye!
And we're back. So let's do a more detailed review of the 3A Transformers Last Knight Optimus Prime. So the way he looks in this configuration is different from the first 3 movies, and it started from Age of Extinction and The Last Knight. He looks definitely more like a knight with the armor and all that. With the gauntlets simply looking definitely more, you know, knight-ish, and you can see the kind of side armor here. That is definitely more like a knight. So this has actually 90 some points of articulation, and it stands like a statue. It's not metal, unfortunately. The guys at FAO Schwartz told me it was, and so really that's why I bought it. But I mean, it certainly was an option to return it at that point if it weren't true. But boy, look at the detail that it has, the antenna and the weathering and all that stuff. It's just fantastic. And I was able to tinker around with it a little bit, straighten it up, and finally get to a point where I got all the necessary pieces to actually make it grip. And ooh, there's a little thing that's stuck on the paint here, but that's okay. Anyway, you can actually take this off and put some batteries in here, and the eyes light up, and this is fixated in place by a magnet, a set of magnets over here too. So very nice, very neat, you know, no clicky nastiness or anything like that. No screws, so very, very neat. I'm going to take this off the rotating plate for a second, and as we come over here, I'm going to fix it just a little bit more. And actually this mask here actually can be switched also to a mouthed version. And so let's come over here to the box for a second. So once again, what it comes with, this is the retail version, so it looks like Nemesis Prime. So you got these little Velcro spots here. Okay. And we got, this is where he came in, right? And so there's plastic, keeps things neat. This is the waist articulation pieces. And a very nice box, as you can see. Optimus Prime. Now, here are the things that make this so great. So, Prime 1 Studios made an obvious, excellent piece out of this. And just superb sculpting. And I see a lot of similarities between this and that. And it even makes me wonder if they use the same mold. Or somehow maybe somebody got a mold. I'm not insinuating anything, but anyway, a lot of the options are the same. So for example, changing out the mouth. So this is the mouthpiece where Optimus Prime actually has a mouth, and then of course here's your battle mask as he had in there. I am really not a Michael Bay fan, and yet I got this because this was such a cool piece in general. And so let's I really don't like the fact that he has a mouth. So unlike I'll change that out later. Unlike Galaxy Force and what's that? It's called Transformer Energon here, but I forgot what it was called in Japan. Where they combined that series, and then so that Optimus Prime had a mouth in both of those. I really didn't like that. But again, the benefit of this is that because it's not a statue, you can actually articulate it and actually make a lot of different poses. Now the Prime 1 Studios one is very solid and has a lot of different points that you can change. But I'll tell you things like this, where you can actually click out the elbow. Each finger, right, has its own articulation. Looks fantastic, and it doesn't look like a lot of the other Transformers where just, you know, you have these massive fingers when you have each joint that's able to be manipulated. It looks just fantastic. You're able to contour just, you know, human beings have a natural contour of their hand, and you know, in the same way you can have that contour of the hand that way. So that's just very excellent in that sense. These are the waist points that I was talking to you about. Over here, this actually holds the sword really well, but inside here there's a U-shaped piece that fits into the fist, and then holds the sword even more solidly. Now that same piece can be brought back here, and actually there is a piece over here that you can use to actually put the shield on. So let's take a look at this. Take a look at this. So shield is here. Fit this on here like so. And then, oops, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. Upside down. But you can see that, ooh, now, look at that look. So just like in the Last Knight, you have that. And moreover, what you can do, you could take this piece and you could take this piece out and actually put your sword on there. So now the sword actually rests here. So that look from Last Knight is completely captured in this. And again, because this is a figure and not a sculpt, or rather not a sculpture statue, basically what you could do is you have these articulating points within the shield. So I mean, you can move this down. It's a little bit hard for me to do, so I prefer not to, but the whole thing actually moves. This shield moves out this way. You can see this opens up this way. And I think the thing that Prime 1 Studios didn't capture is these actual sharp parts over here that actually stick out over here that you can add. Now they're very fragile, so I prefer not to add that on right now. But it's nevertheless, it's captured and it's very screen accurate. So for the time being, I'm going to leave the shield where it belongs here. I take off this back piece, and so you could also do this, right? And you can take, what it does is it fits onto the sword here, and you can have just the sword in the back as well and have the shield in hand. Well, earlier when we were in New York, I said this is probably, because I couldn't simply remember whether this opened up into the sword or not. It doesn't. This is a separate weapon that he had that he could fit onto the gauntlet over here that is a blade, so they captured that as well. You know, other options here, you have all your rifles. Now again, these things drive me nuts, but this was glued on the wrong way. So these look good, but then this you could see was glued on the wrong way, so it just kind of spoils the whole thing. So it's just this asymmetry that's there that really drives me nuts. I've tried taking it off, but you know, it's pretty securely glued on there, and I really don't want to break it. So that's a big kind of, you know, quality assurance qualm that I have. Other than that, this is supposed to fit over here onto the shield, and so this on Amazon has a release date, I think in April. And so would I recommend it? Absolutely, because it just has such nice details, such nice articulation. Boy, I might change my mind if this mask doesn't come off, but otherwise looks great. So I will deal with that later. So catch you later. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And thank you to Jean for filming this.
Bye.
See you later.